So Jesus says to them, look, you will drink the cup I drink, and you will be baptized with the baptism I am baptized with, which is more than likely a reference to the fact that those three guys there, they were going to suffer for the faith. Peter and James were going to be martyred for their faith. John was going to be exiled to Patmos for the last years of his life because of his faith. In a small way, they were going to experience suffering and overwhelming and control taken away from them. But Jesus then says, but to sit at my right and my left, it's not for me to grant. These places have been prepared for those whom they've been prepared for. And so it seems that what Jesus is saying is that there are already people who are going to receive those places. So what's he talking about? What most commentators will say is that he's talking about the two men who are going to be crucified on either side of him, on his right or on his left. And once you understand that, you start to see what this text is teaching us. It sort of unlocks it for you in a sense. Remember the question that they asked? Jesus, can we sit at your right and on your left? Where? In your glory? And Jesus' answer to them is, if you want to be there, then you're going to have to suffer like me. You're going to have to be overwhelmed like me. But trust me, guys, you're not going to be those guys because those places are already prepared for two people. Which helps us understand something really important about Jesus' glory. His glory is the cross. When James and John asked that question, I'm sure they had something else in mind. Jesus, can we sit at your right hand and your left hand in your glory? They probably thought shining bright lights, the power of God, the overwhelming presence of heaven. Maybe they thought influence, maybe they thought riches. But Jesus says, no, the glory is in the cross that I'm about to take. And so Jesus' principle is that honor works differently in the kingdom of God. If you want glory, it's not going to look like every other worldview or every other religion teaches you what glory is. It's not going to be about achieving or progressing or growing in order to get a higher position in heaven or in your church or your mosque or your synagogue or whatever. It's about suffering. Which makes us think back to Mark chapter 8 when he said that if you're going to be my disciple, you take up your cross and you follow me. The one who suffers, the one who's willing to give up his life for others, that is the one who is first. Right? The last will be first.